Hi everyone, I thought I would do another rank and rate video. The last one I did for Johanna Basford books seemed to be popular, and I had a lot of fun doing it as well. Now, as I said in the last video, this is based on an idea by Colouring Bumblebee. I put a link in the description to her channel, and she has done this for lots of different sets of books. Her latest I think was for Morgan O'Brien books, so go along and have a look and see what she's been doing as well, because it's a lot of fun. Mine is slightly different to hers in that because some of my books are complete, then rather than choosing my favourite pictures that I want to colour, I've had to choose my favourite pictures that I have coloured. So there's a little bit of a difference there, but not massive. But not all of my books are complete here, so it's a little bit different, so I'll talk you through as I go. But basically I put them in my order of my least favourite to my favourite, and I will explain why. And then I've chosen some pictures, so let's have a little chat about all the books. Ugh. So this book, Asian, this is just to say, I don't have Rita's latest book, Africa. I don't have that one. I had the postcards, Rita sent them to me, and I've coloured them all, but I didn't actually buy the book. Not because I didn't like the idea of it, but because I had so many of Rita's books that I hadn't finished that I decided I would finish some first. Now, Asian should be really special to me, which it is, of course, because Rita sent it to me as a gift, and wrote in it there, which obviously means a lot. But I'm finding it really difficult to colour. It's my lowest in my list because I don't really know much about Asia. So I find it really hard to colour the pictures because I don't know how they should be coloured. And I know I could colour them any way I want, but I find it tricky. And we've got a lot of lovely pictures going on. We've got sort of general travel-y type pictures and different areas of Asia that she's sort of India and I don't know, all sorts of places. Vietnam, and there's Mongolia I think somewhere. This looks like we're in sort of China, I think. Yeah, China. So there's lots of different places, and of course I could do research and you know, learn about these places so that I could colour them, but some of them are just a little bit, it's just a bit too much effort for me. It sounds like I'm being lazy, maybe I just am. But I will show you the 5 that I haven't coloured that I'd like to colour in Asian. This is the sort of how this rank and rate is supposed to go. So this one here with the train, look, I love it. It looks so much like, I've been on steam trains. It's a very good picture. It looks a bit like, these look like the dining cars, what are they called? The ones on the Orient Express, the Pullman's coaches. I can't remember, but it's just a really lovely picture. We've got a cat, guitar. I really like that one. So that is one that I definitely know that I want to do. And then this one here, whoops, with the little deer. I know a lot of people have coloured this one already. It is really cute. It's like a little fawn. I think it's because I don't really know how to colour fawns. Obviously I could look one up, which I would do, which is why I've sort of left it. But, you know, I would, I certainly want to have a go at that one. So there's cut ones like this. I don't really know how to colour that. And this one here, I really like these little, I don't know if they're yurts, I don't know if that's what they call them, but I just think it's really cute. I like these little buildings, and because these in the background, which I'm assuming are mountains, are drawn in such a simplistic, stylistic way that isn't realistic, it makes it a little bit easier for me to colour. But that. And then of course there's this elephant page. Now the reason I haven't coloured it is because I want to make it look really, really nice. And I'm just like all the rest of you. It scares me a little bit because I don't want to ruin it. I know, I said it. So I need to get on with it, don't I? But it's a lovely, lovely page. And then I really like this one with the donkey. there's the sort of market. We've got all the bits. This is going to be really colourful. I have no idea how to colour the buildings, but I think I would just go gold domes and lots of colour. But the donkey is just so cute. I just want to have a go at that one. So that is Asian. As I say, I do like it. It's not that I don't like it. I just, you know, I'm just ranking them. So that one is the reason. What that one is, because, you know, I don't know much about Asia. That's the reason. Now the summer book, the reason the summer book is one low is because I don't like summer. So colouring summer just makes me feel hot. So that's why it is low. And so we'll have a little look. But this picture here with the sun, I really like that. I want to have a go at that. I mean, I want to colour it all, of course, as with all of them. I want to colour the whole book, but that one jumps out at me. And then this one, not this side, that's a bit detailed. There's a lot going on. I haven't really made out what's going on in that one. But this one with the peas, I love peas. I sound really weird. I love peas, she said, but it's just the simplicity of it. I really like that one. Now this one with the ice cream. Now what's interesting is that Rita has brought out a compilation book of the 4 seasons book. So she's brought out a summer, spring, autumn and winter book. And there's a compilation book which I finished, and you'll see that one later. All the ones so far in this book aren't in the compilation book. I really like them. So that's quite interesting. And the compilation book is now available in an English language edition as well. Right, ice cream. Really like that. I like colouring ice cream. And this one again isn't in the compilation book, this little summer house. I just think it's adorable, but I don't really know how to colour it. But yeah, because should it be see-through or not? Or, you know, these are steps here. Is this the door? I don't know, but I'm going to have a go at it sometime. I really like it. And this last one, although it's a double page, which often puts me off, I like this simplicity. Look at the waves. And then I love colouring lighthouses. We've got these sort of beach huts, or I think they're beach huts or lifeguard station. I'm going to colour them as beach huts in sort of pastel. And then you've got a few shells. The simplicity, I like it a lot. And you know, sunset background. Yeah, that's that one. So that's summer. Now the next one, for a very similar reason to summer, is spring. I am okay with spring as a season. I like the flowers, the green, all that. And you still get your crisp mornings and the blossoms are beautiful, but summer's coming. Now there are some really lovely florals in this book, and this is one of them. There's sort of crocuses, and I'm not really sure what these are, but just really pretty. And we've got snow, it looks like, as well. So I really like that one. Have a go at that one. I've seen it coloured beautifully, which is why I haven't coloured it, because that beautiful one stayed in my head for a while and then I couldn't colour it because I kept thinking there's a beautiful one. I can't remember it now, so that's good. I like this one. Now this is in the compilation book and I have coloured it, but I want to have another go. I like what I did with it, but I still want to have another go at it. Oh, the thing with the seasons books, by the way, is right at the beginning and end, there's some overlap. So these pictures are in the winter book as well as the spring book, these first two. And maybe, I don't know about those. And then in the back of the spring book, I don't think those are those might be in the beginning of the summer book. Anyway, I don't know if it's exactly the ones at the front and back. There's a bit of an overlap of some of the pictures in both books. I think her spring, summer, autumn, winter were also her very first books. The autumn one, I really think was probably her first, because there were a few images in it that just don't look a bit different. Anyway, so yes, so this is full of pretty florals and that sort of thing. I didn't really show you summer, did I? We've got like beach scenes, camping, air balloons, water, fields, countryside, and then sort of flowers, veg, camping again, ice cream, that sort of thing. Birds, fish. There's quite a big mix. If you want to see a proper flip through, I've got them, you know me. this feather and egg. Now the egg, I'm thinking Easter egg, but the feather is just beautiful. I just can't wait to do it. And we've got a sort of sticky pussy willow, I think I'll call it. And then these Easter eggs, I think they look nice. I had a lot of fun colouring the ones on this side, so I'm going to do these again, not in the compilation book. And last of all, the cockerel. I think that's the last one. And I'm just going to show you a flip of what this one is like so that you can see, because it's easier to do it when the bookmark's on in there. So we've got a lot of florals, we've got sheep, a whip. Whoop, don't have many of those. So we've got swans, more flowers. That's the sort of Amsterdam-y one with tulips and things, and sort of lots of spring images. I've done videos of those, they're in the compilation book. We've got deer, cute bulbs and insects, ducks and butterflies, chickens, tulips, lots of, you know, if you like your daffodils, tulips, you've got your rabbit, all that sort of thing. There's lots of good Eastery spring-like images in that one, as you would expect from a spring book. My next favourite is this one. Now this is her underwater book. I'm not sure this is yet available as a, can't remember if it's available yet as a English language edition or not. Now this one's fun, it's got a hole in, and when you do that you get a different image. It's uncoloured and then it's coloured, and if you sort of turn that out you've got a sort of coloured page, which is quite fun. I don't know. Anyway, this is underwater, so it's all like fish and underwater shells and the fish and turtles and fish and fish. Now I find fish unbelievably difficult to colour because I don't know how to colour them, and I look them up and I look at pictures of fish and then I think if I colour it like that it's not going to look like a real fish, and then I just, yeah, so that's why fish and Lost Ocean, I'm thinking about Johanna's book, it's not one of my favourites. Again, fish, you know, but I am working towards finishing this book, hence I've got a picture lined up, which is why that's tucked in the back. But here are some of the pictures that I wanted. Now this is a sort of double, and it's not fish. Hence why I'm thinking this one looks nice, and these bubbles, they look a bit like berries. And you know, I like colouring these sort of sea anemones, I think they are, I'm not sure really. So that one appeals to me a lot. Oh, also in this book there are lots of double page spreads, which, you know, means that you have to put in a bit more effort. Now here, this mark here, I forgot to put a piece of paper in between the pages when I coloured on the back of here, and we've got a bit of a blodge. I haven't tried to rub that off yet. I'm hoping it's going to move because I like this little design here. I like colouring seaweed, I know, and starfish and shells. We've got a lot of that going on, so I like that one. And the fact that it's little bits. So if you're not in the mood for doing loads, you can do a little bit and then a little bit. Okay. Now this one I like as well. This fish looks bananas. I'm sure it's a real type of fish, maybe catfish, I don't know. But yeah. And this plant, they sort of match. I don't know, do them in matching colours? Probably not. Now, the shipwreck and the treasure chest, we've got coin. I thought those were coins, but I don't know if they are. These are, you know, we've got gemstones, we've got pearls, we've got all sorts going on here. I think it just looks like a really interesting one to colour. And it is, again, a double. So that's what sort of put me off. Sometimes I find that I start a double and I get bored before I finish it, and I don't like having whips. So normally that one I found was really rare. So I'm like, oh, am I in the mood to do the whole lot? No, okay, I won't do it, start it, you know. And then this one appealed to me. Again, it's a double, I think, but it's hard to tell really. But I like this little bit of fish with all this detailing, and it's really interesting. And then we've got these that look a bit flowery, and then some really interesting sort of different plant shapes over here, which I like. So that was that one. Yeah, and the page that I'm going to colour next, which isn't any of those. So there we go. So I do you a sort of flick through, you can have a look at some of the designs. That one might be a bit of a spoiler because it's coming up on my socials soon. There we go. I've got quite a lot to do in that one, but I chose it because it's one that I don't automatically grab at and it isn't seasonal. Now autumn. Now autumn is one of my favourite 2 months, autumn winter. Frosty mornings, autumn leaves, beautiful colours. Love colouring autumn pages. So this is pretty high. It's not as high as I thought it might be. It's pretty high. Partly the reason the seasons books aren't so high is because I've coloured the compilation one. So quite a few of these are the same. So yeah. So I'll show you my pages I want to colour first, and then I'll do you a little flip. Now this one I adore. Now I've coloured this in the seasons book and I really liked how I coloured it, so I want to do it again. Really love that particular picture. And then we have a very similar one of a pair. Again, same reasoning, really like it. Love the idea of having this sort of florals and inside, just really nice. Now this one is a really interesting choice. I haven't looked at it. I hadn't really looked at this page before, and when I was trying to pick a page I went, oh, berries, peas. I went, yeah, I want to colour this page. Love colouring berries, of course, and then I like colouring vegetables, so we've got a great combination of peas peas, vegetables and berries. So I think that's going to be really good. And again, you've got little things to do. This isn't in the compilation book, as is this one isn't. This is grapevines. And I like colouring grapes. There's so much like colouring berries. And we've got these sort of hills. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I'm sure I can work it out. I don't know if they're probably the vines on, I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure we can work it out. And then this one with the welly boots and the umbrella. Now this is in the compilation book. I have coloured it and I don't like how I coloured it. I know I can do much better. So I'm looking forward to having another go. So let's show you a quick look at the autumn book. So we've got sort of lots of leaves and berries. Oh, there's a sort of mixed up page. Love this page. Really enjoyed doing. I don't know, was that a video? Can't remember. More autumnal. That was a video. Rain, blowing leaves, sort of toadstool, mushrooms, lots of pumpkins, loads of pumpkins. See this page, the style, the way it's coloured, drawn in that really dark black, is so different. This is what I mean by the fact that I think this is her first book, because this one is really simplistic and I had fun putting some colours in the background to make it more, and this one is really detailed in that they're very close together and they're really dark. And then we're back to something that looks more like we would think, yes, that's Rita. So we've got leaves and the great page, more mushrooms and things. Again, this one really dark. It's a bit different. And again, look at this one. There's hardly anything in it. It's almost as if Rita thought you could draw your own. Look at that floral. As if and the berries. Like she thought you could draw in your own bits maybe. So I just drew them in with some pastel because I can't draw. And there was another one, I think, that was a bit bitty. We've got a turkey. Yeah, this one's quite simplistic, this apple. Again, I really enjoy colouring it, but there's not much there to colour. But the background I had fun with. It's a hair. But this one, again, quite dark. So I feel that this, and again, this one looks a little bit darker than the rest of them, just in the way it's drawn. And I think that's because it's probably a really early book. It's 2016. So there we go, there's that one. Now my next favourite is her winter book. I love winter and Christmas, and you'll see. Now this page here with the deer, I love this page because of what I did with it, really. But my imagination decided that it needed to have this sort of bright background. So I was always looking forward to colouring it. So I'm afraid I've chosen one that I coloured, which I shouldn't have really done. But yeah, oops, naughty girl. And this one with the apple, again, obviously I'm apple obsessed. I really like that one. And this one with the buildings, I've done this one already in the compilation book. Didn't really like what I did with it that much. So there's so much sky, with the possibility of doing something really funky and nice with the sky. So, you know, I think it could be really good. Now this one is the Advent page that I like, although it's a sort of double. I've obviously already coloured that and not this. Now I did the Advent page as a series, Advent series, one Christmas, but I want to colour it again. So that's that one. Not that there was anything wrong with it. And again, I've chosen a page I've coloured already. This page, Rita Berman herself coloured. Not in my book, obviously, I don't mean that. I mean, she coloured a version of this page and I copied it because it was beautiful. And so I was really pleased with how that came out. Obviously, I just copied her. Now, let me give you a little flip through of what we've got in the winter book. So we've got these ones that I showed you from the spring book. And heart and a sort of general page. I don't know how that's got a bit of red on. And there. I don't understand that. I like this penguin. I didn't notice that when I flipped through. Maybe I should have chosen him. We've got skiing and skating. It's not quite my thing. These aren't in the compilation, but the skiing and skating ones. This one's quite simplistic as well. It's just a bit odd. But anyway. Knitting. Lots of knitting in this book. We've got a little fireworky one. And we've got a feast, which is rather nice. And a Christmas tree, Father Christmas. We've got a lot of Christmassy ones coming up. So we've got, we've got snow. Snow's not easy to colour, but you know, a sleigh and prezzies. And then a sort of Christmas market. Bird, star, we got that one, woodpecker, you saw that one, another Christmas tree, Christmas decorations, the Advent and things, and oops. And then we've got that one, but we've got more knitting, birds, dear. Icy things, some sort of biscuits, cookies, and again this one again quite simplistic, and this one compared to some of the others, icicles, and more knitting, trees, pretty trees, and a sort of outdoorsy scene, and there you go. So that's the winter book. My next favourite is Europa. Now I finished this book, so I've picked my favourite pictures, not my favourite colouring, but the ones I enjoyed colouring the most. Okay, so this one I found easier because it's Europe, so I knew some of the places better. I mean, really only London, but there we go. But this is like, for example, this is a patisserie. I love the way Rita drew this picture. Love it, love it, love it. I had so much fun colouring this page. And obviously we're in France, it's a patisserie, but you can colour it however you like. So I didn't feel like, because I didn't know, I've never been to a patisserie, that I didn't know how to colour it, if you know what I mean. And then this one here, oops, this one here. Now, here I copied Rita. She had coloured this page in herself and put it on her Instagram page. Now, she doesn't do colour alongs. She occasionally films a little bit of her colouring, but usually it's just a still. I just copied, I don't know if I copied, if it was this page or I just copied her colour scheme from a different page. I can't remember now, but that was that one. And I just really liked that picture. I left it till nearly last because I liked it so much. This tile I really like. Now this has got nothing to, well, I suppose it's a sort of European tile, but I just love the simplicity of it without it being oversimplified. But there's this just, I just really liked it. I can't really explain why. And then the log cabin it's just so cute. I mean, I had a bit of a problem with the fact that it ends here and here and here, but the top, I didn't know where to end the sky. I probably should have ended it a bit lower, but never mind. I love the way the sky came out. The purple was a really good choice, or violet, whatever it is. And then with the orange, it just worked really well. But I just really, really like this specific picture. So it just worked nicely for me. And then last of all, it's this one. Again, florals. I love colouring florals. And it's just a simple, but again, not too simplified. Let's give you a little flick of Europa. So we've got some more general pictures at the back and sort of travel-y type things going on. And then this is sort of Scandinavia. Then we're flying. We're in London. Still. And here we're not in London. We're somewhere else. We're in Amsterdam. And then here we must be in Holland still, because it's got clogs. I'm not sure about this one. Here I think we're in Paris. We've got chocolates. No, this is Bruges, is it? Yeah, this is Bruges. And then, not sure where we are. I think we're in Paris now. Yeah, this Eiffel Tower. There it says Paris, gives us a bit of a clue. This is Lisbon. Again, never been to Lisbon, no idea, but I looked up some of the colours for some of these, like the dolls and things, and the rooster. And then I also looked up the colour here for the trams, and then I just made up the buildings. And now we're on a beach somewhere. Lots of sea and beaches. I think we're in Italy. Gelato. So I think we're in Venice. So if you buy the English language edition of Europa, which isn't out, there's a French one, so I'm assuming there might become an English one. You might get those words in English. And here we're just getting ready. That's Cologne, actually. We're not getting ready. I think here we're getting ready. Yeah, we've got our map and bits and bobs. So that's Europa. Now my second favourite is Mein Spaziergang durch die Jahreszeiten, or My Walk Through the Seasons, which is the compilation seasons book. I don't agree with all of the choices that have been put in here, but most of them. But I'll show you firstly my favourite pages that I've sort of coloured. I really enjoyed colouring these tulips. And sort of doing this sort of gold sparkly background, but I just like the simplicity of the page, which allowed me to play around with the background a little bit. And then we're back to our bird apple page. Yeah, so there is my version of it, and I shall be doing it again at some point. And this page, we had this page, didn't we, in autumn? There it is again. And this Christmas wreathy page, and then the deer again. Sorry, I chose the same pages twice, but let me show you a little flip. So we've got winter at the back, and you've seen these pages, but I've completed them all now in this particular book. And then we move into autumn there. And then summer, those sunflowers are awful. And I think we're in spring-ish here, camping and things like that. So it's a big mixture of the three books. As I say, none of the sort of really simplistic ones have been put in this book. But as I say, I don't agree with all of the choices. Now, this is my absolutely favourite Rita book. It's like on a pedestal above all the others, and I can't really describe why. I think it could be because there's a lot of berries in it. I'm petrified by the snake on the front cover, but you know, I still managed to really like it. This is available in an English language edition. It's called Hidden Land, I think. Hidden Earth it's called. Right, I'll show you my picks first. So this snail, I just love the way he's drawn. He's got such a cute face. We've got berries, we've got a house, we've got dandelion. It's just, oh, I just love it. I love it better than these. It's just something about him. He's just the cutest. I don't know. You will start to see a pattern. This page, not this one, I coloured really well. I love my colouring, but this page, because it's all berries, I like this page better. I had such fun colouring all these berries. They're each a video, I think. I seem to remember. I just had a whale of a time. Looks like I used polycolour pencils. Interesting choice. Right. Berries. I really dislike the way I coloured this page. The centre is nice, the outside is nice, but they don't go together. What was I thinking? But I love the drawing, the page, the idea of it, all the berries. It's just lush. So that's why I picked that one. And I love him. He's just cute. Berries. Scarf detailing that it's just love it. And then the elephant. Of course, the elephant. Love the elephant. Not sure I did it justice. Would have done the background in a slightly different colour. Shade of green. And I put white dots on these flowers and it bled because I used Castle Arts pencils, I think. But anyway, I'll give you a little flip through and you can see what there's lots of animals in this book. We've got cacti. See, that might be the thing that I thought was a snake. I don't know. Flamingos, hummingbird. We've got pineapples. We've got sort of parrot. That wasn't done very nicely. Sort of these sort of lots of animals I found a bit daunting. Enjoyed the bear a lot. These really simplistic pages I find really interesting. Lovely rabbit, you know, and this, I even like this beetle. And then we've got acorns, lots of berries. I didn't do that page much justice. As we've got like squirrels and acorns and more berries and more berries and more berries. Lots of leaves on this one. These I've done in metallic pencil. And some citrus page. And then we've got bees and stuff and loads of animals. This is where that is not a snake. He's got a little hand. It's a lizard. This page could have been a lot better. Self-critical. This bird. And then we have the snails and bugs, bees, and the cute mouse. That's a video. Butterfly, just plugging my own videos here. That's a video. That's not. Cute bunny. And so we've got sort of almost spring Eastery feeling. So there is a slight seasonal approach to this book, but not as much as the others. This one was quite detailed. And as was this one. Some of the ones with lots of animals I found a little bit daunting, like this one as well, although that came out well. This one was done in metallic pencils. This one is always a bit like, what do I do with that? But there we go, that's what I did with it. And then a sort of summary of all the pictures in the front, and there we go. So yeah, that's my favourite. So let me know which is your favourite. Which one do you want to colour next? And yeah, so that is my little list. So I hope that was interesting for you. I had a lot of fun flipping through and looking and choosing. I might do a few more of these videos. Let me know if you want me to or not, because you know what happens is if I've got a week when I've recorded and then I've got one day to fill, it's quite good to do one of these because it just fills in one day's video, like a Sunday. So it's quite a good way to do it, but you know, we'll see. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and happy colouring.